Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of AJ Podcast. So today we have Nirav from Fishdom, India. So Nirav, hi Nirav. Tell me little bit about yourself, so our audience also aware about.
Hi Archit, thank you for inviting me to the show. I'm an investment professional. And I look after research for Fisdom. Fisdom is a leading wealth tech platform in India, and I lead the research function. I look after research for capital market products, capital markets, and broader macros as well.
Yes, great, Nirav, great. So now let's get started for the today topic. Today topic is more about how how anyone can get a financial independence after 10 years. If for example, if someone is starting working on the age of 23, 24, okay, it's fine. So after 33 years of age, he would retire from his job. So Nirav will tell about all of these things. So Nirav, let's get started. So Nirav, my first curiosity is more about, according to you, what is the definition of financial independence? Some people say ki financial independence is more about you cannot do anything, only the assets can give you the whole amount of money. So what according to you, financial independence?
The most conventional idea about financial independence is to replace your income,
Mm,
the amount that you are generating
mm,
through and ensuring that it is generated through an asset and
mm.
not through your own conventional, working hours or working inputs per se.
Yeah.
But the way I look at, financial independence is slightly different. I feel not everyone who is working just for the money, so we shouldn't be looking to replace work with an asset
Yes.
itself. However, financial independence would imply having the ability to choose to do what you want to do with your time without worrying as much about the financial consequences or the opportunities that you lose financially. So that implies financial independence. You can continue working, but you continue, chasing things that you're passionate about. You try and take slightly more riskier shots in life. Where your passion takes you, and not really worrying about who will pay the bills, who will pay the rent, because that side of life is taken care of by the assets that you build. So you're not looking for assets to fund your entire lifestyle, but for assets to fund your critical lifestyle, which leaves you with more time and more ability to do what you feel like doing.
Yes. Great. So, Nirav, for example, to achieve a financial independence, some people for example, my father retired at the age of 60. Then afterward, he achieved a financial independence. So, is it right according to me, or it is something different according to you?
Financial independence is not a subject matter of age,
Yeah,
neither a subject matter of work
yeah,
per se. Financial independence has a lot to do with your own personal finance
yeah,
situation.
yeah,
It is very well possible that you're probably 35
yeah.
and you're financially independent. You don't really need to wait till 60 or 65.
Yes,
At the same time, it is quite possible that you retire from work at 60 or 65, but you have not quite achieved financial independence. For instance, this could happen in a case where you have surpassed the working age,
yes,
but you do not have enough to fund your lifestyle expenses to pay the bills that you will continue to incur. So, financial independence has a lot to do with the money that you already own
yeah.
and the ability of that money and those assets to keep paying bills for you, even when you are not actively trying to generate cash flows for those very specific cash outflows.
Yeah. As I'm right, so you are already financial independent. So if I am asking that, I think so you already face the so much biggest challenges. Okay, so if you elaborate about these challenges to our audience, then it will sound great.
So, while trying to chase financial independence, I feel
Yeah.
there is one big
Mm.
challenge that most people have to, face, and that is making a choice between today and tomorrow.
Yes.
So, with every rupee that you have today, you could either decide to spend it today or invest for tomorrow. And, do you want to spend slash invest towards today's dreams or tomorrow's financial security? I feel that is the biggest challenge, investing towards tomorrow. And it entails a lot many, I realize, I recognize that sacrifice is a very strong word to use,
Yeah.
but there would definitely be some some format of sacrifice slash compromise slash adjustment
Mhm.
involved. While building a better future, while building a better tomorrow,
Mhm.
there needs to be something that is taken out of today.
Mhm.
It is quite strange that while the previous generation was willing to compromise on today to have a better tomorrow. And
Yes.
we realize that India has been a high saving society. We look at our
Mhm.
previous generations, our parents, our grandparents, all of them were really attuned towards savings, right? So we were a high saving society, but as the generation is progressing, we are becoming a high consumption, high spending society. So instead of compromising on today to live a better tomorrow, we are now willing to compromise tomorrow and live a better today. We call it living in the moment, living in the present. And a simple a simple indication is most evening conversations with the previous generation would entail a lot many conversations around where are you investing, kahan invest kar rahe ho, kahan saving kaise kar rahe ho,
Exactly. Yeah.
types, right? And today, when you meet your friends, the conversation is majorly about, did you check out the sale that's happening on this app? And,
Yes.
did you get the latest gadget?
Exactly.
And which credit cards do you have,
You are right.
right? So instead of saving today for a better tomorrow, we are trying to withdraw from our tomorrow to fund our today. And that's what, loans and credit cards, etc., are for. Today, you see, you can buy almost everything on an EMI, and EMI is nothing but committing your future cash flows towards something that you are consuming today.
Exactly.
So instead of committing your present cash flows for something you will consume tomorrow, you are committing your future cash flows to something that you are consuming today.
Yes.
So I feel that's the biggest challenge, making this decision and making a trade-off and striking a right balance. You don't want to really compromise on either today or tomorrow severely,
Yeah.
but you want to do a little bit of both. Strike a delicate balance.
Yes. Before moving this conversation ahead, go ahead. So I would like to tell about the story of Chanakya. So Chanakya, 2000 years ago, he wrote a book that is Arthashastra. Okay. For that, he need to put up some of the decisions, core decisions. Okay. So Nirav, what do you think are what are the key financial decisions that you made that you help achieve financial independence in the early of your life? Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel there are a few financial decisions that can
Hmm.
move you towards the right
Yeah.
path of progress. And most of these are not really glamorous and not really unconventional. It is just simple, plain
Hmm.
old school wisdom sort of a thing. The number one thing that I would say is save first, spend later.
Yeah.
It may sound very simple, but it is really difficult to practice.
Yes.
But that is a very foundational principle
Yeah.
towards achieving financial independence.
Yes.
So instead of save first, today you need to invest first and then spend later. So commit to a mutual fund SIP, for example, before you commit to an
Yeah.
EMI per se. So that is one decision that you need to make consciously. Second, you need to be very sure about your short-term goals and your long-term goals, and which one are you willing to prioritize over other. So money in itself does not need to be hoarded. Money is a
Yeah.
means to an end. While money is extremely important, money is not the end goal, right? Money needs to be consumed in some form or fashion, right? Consumption can only be deferred, but finally it needs to be consumed. It needs to be exchanged for something tangible and something
Yes.
consumable, right? So at the end of the day, even if
Yeah.
you save or invest, finally that money needs to go into consuming something. Either you consume it, your next generation consumes it, but money in its raw
Yeah.
form is nothing, right? So you need to understand that you can either prioritize your
Yeah.
immediate needs or your longer term needs, and whatever is more important. there could be certain spendings that you may need to
Yeah.
make immediately, which will help you achieve financial independence
Yeah.
faster in the longer term. So those are investments, right? And investments are not just investments into financial products. Investments are also investments into oneself. So for example, if there is this really costly course, or let's say
Yeah.
certification program that that you need to undertake in order to do your job better, and that really helps you improve your skills, and could ensure that you earn a whole lot more. That also entails that you'll be able to invest a whole lot more towards your own future. So so instead of stashing that money aside and investing it towards the future, instead of investing it into an financial product, if you invest it in yourself and your education, the benefit is
Yeah.
far higher. So investments are not just about financial products. It's also about putting your money into something that gives you the ability to invest more
Yes.
successfully
Great.
towards your future.
So, as we all see the movies related to the share market, so always there is a one tip word is always coming. Okay. So tip is related to the investment, in which share I would like to invest, in which share I would like to invest my money. Okay, in which mutual fund I would like to invest my money. So what do you think? What are the some of the investment you think that made your wealth so much wealthy?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
while I'm an investment professional myself, I realized a very important
Yes.
principle, very early on, that not everything can be done by oneself. Skill sets
Yes.
are very limited. One tends to
Yes.
specialize in a very single, or
Mm-hmm.
very limited set of
Yes.
domains, right? So, if you realize and if you acknowledge that you don't have the time
Yes.
or the
Yeah.
ability or the resources or the infrastructure required to make successful investments, it is in your best
Yes.
interest that you outsource this
Mhm.
job. You outsource this job to whom? One, you could either take help of a certified
Yeah.
professional uh, advisor. They could be registered with the regulator as an advisor, and
Yes.
probably choose one with great credibility and track record, and let him manage your funds for you. Or else you can
Mhm.
choose to invest in certain mutual funds where the
Yes.
fund manager, who is a highly seasoned professional, and these are really qualified
Mhm.
individuals whose entire day job is to ensure that
Correct.
your money works for you in the best way possible. So instead of you, really doing the heavy lifting and seeing how do you invest, which stock do you invest, which company do you choose, etc., so on and so forth, you just commit to an SIP in a good mutual fund, having a decent track record, and it has all the hygiene checks in place. I feel you're good to go. I feel most investors try to
Yeah.
optimize on the product a
Mhm.
lot. They tend to spend disproportionate amount of time on selecting which product is better. Is it mutual fund A or mutual fund B, or should I
Mhm.
do stock A or stock B, or what should I do? And they don't realize
Yeah.
that in the process of evaluating a product, they let go of the biggest asset that is in their
Yeah.
favor, and that is time. And the only way that one can use time to their own benefit is by commitment and discipline.
Yeah.
Just select one product and stick to it, and in a disciplined fashion, in a committed fashion, just keep investing through an SIP, for example. Right, you keep going at it, you
Yes.
keep learning, keep reading, and you keep building it, but you don't
Mhm.
wait till you finally complete your entire
Yes.
evaluation. If you
Mhm.
remember,
Correct.
in our school days, we learned the power of compounding. We learned about compounding as a formula,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Mhm.
And the final amount
Yeah.
was the principal plus 1 plus I raised to r, if I'm not wrong. No, so sorry, 1 plus r raised to n. Sorry, so that was the formula.
Yes.
And what
Yes.
it essentially means is that what gets added to your principal is the
Yes.
interest, but the interest grows exponentially when you raise it to the time period. So the time period
Mhm.
in the mathematical formula is
Mhm.
something that lends exponential growth to the final sum amount that you achieve. Right. So instead of optimizing on the interest that you can receive, or the returns that you can receive, obviously you try to optimize on that. You work very hard on optimizing two things that are
Yes.
much more in your control, and that is on expanding the time period, That is, they say that the best time to invest was 10 years ago, and the second best time to invest is today. So, you make that investment, you use time in your favor. That's
Yes,
one.
correct.
The second thing is you
So,
expand your principal.
what,
So basically, earn
according
more
to
so
you,
that you can
what is your
invest more,
key
and do
mantra
whatever it takes so
to
that you
become a
can earn
financial
more so that you can invest more.
for others? Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
always know why you're doing what you're doing.
Correct.
I feel that's a very important mantra. So, if you're working, know why are you working, and this how is this work,
Correct.
going to help you achieve your success and your aspirations. If you are earning, know why are you earning, what is this
Yes.
earnings expected to support. If you are spending in on a certain object, know, be very conscious about what value is this object going to bring to you. Is it going to turn out to be an asset or a liability? Basically, in a nutshell, the statement was, know why you're doing
Great.
what you're doing. But
So,
I would
apart
say
from this,
one word
as
that
Nirav, you are a market man
really
and you are doing
summarizes this
most of
entire
your
thesis is
time,
be
spend most of your
conscious.
time
So
in
conscious
researching, okay,
is
researching the
the word.
market, researching the top trends. Okay. So, what key habit you have you adopt from your day one of your career? Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yes.
most important habit is of keeping myself informed. Always
Yes.
on the go since right from daybreak. Right from the morning.
Yeah.
I feel being
Yeah.
very well informed about everything that's happening, and
Mm-hmm.
everything that's happening that could directly or indirectly have an impact on me or my work or my field of work. That would
Mm-hmm.
include a lot of
Correct.
reading, a lot of content consumption, the informational type of content. So basically reading all sorts of newspapers, domestic, international,
Yes. Correct.
different journals, articles. I
Correct.
feel one important
So
habit that I've
it's really
always,
great. So,
being informed
could you
throughout the day,
reveal your some of
and
the sources from which
as
you
much
are
as possible,
always informed
being aware
about the
and
market
informed.
trends and whatever going on in the market? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll start right from the basics. Okay, so for it is far easier for our audience also to access
Correct.
such. So you have your newspapers. Okay, some
Mm-hmm.
really outstanding
Yeah.
publications. You have Mint, which is a great publication in terms of
Mm.
personal finance, markets, economy. On the same lines, you have Business Standard. You have Economic Times, Financial Express. These are great publications. You start your day reading four of these newspapers. You are pretty much prepped for what you
Mm.
should do for the rest of the day. And you constantly have these applications on your mobile phone. You have
Yeah.
an application like probably Money Control, or
Yes.
you could have any of these news applications also
Mm.
that keeps flashing the news and
Yeah.
information throughout the day, so that you are generally abreast of everything that's happening. So while I have no affiliation to any of these publications or applications, these are
Yeah.
widely available, freely available sources. Apart from that, you can obviously read books, etc.,
Yes.
that are published on a regular basis, but that's
Correct.
very specific to
So
the line of
basically,
interest.
previously the time was
But
more about
this
when
could
I was a kid
generally
in
give
the
you a
during the
generic
time of my childhood. Nowadays, it seems to
sort of
be there is a
awareness on
the
what's happening
market
in the
professional
market and the
always read a
economy,
book,
etc.
the Times or some other book. Okay, it's more about magazine. It's more about like 60, 70 pages of magazine. But now I think so market professional don't refer it, or still they're referring of. Hmm.
So people still
Correct.
do refer different magazines, journals, etc. But today in this online world and age, you don't really need to sit with an entire magazine. You can keep reading different articles coming in through different magazines, different publishers.
Yeah.
Without really having
Great.
to just stick to one. So I feel that's
So
the mode
I
of
think so.
consumption has
Matlab, what if you would like to
has
reveal what's your
created a habit
plan
of
for the
reading
future? Because everyone has a future.
of reading
I would
content
like to do this.
published
I
through
would like to
different
do this.
publications.
Mm.
I feel, I don't really think
Mm.
too far into the future. I want to, better myself with every passing day. I want to get better at what I do in every facet of my life. So,
Yes.
probably people say you take one day
Yeah.
at a time. I would like to take 2 days at a time.
Yes.
It would be today, ensuring that today is when I was better, when I am better than yesterday, and tomorrow when I try to be better than what I was today. So
Yes.
today sets a
So
foundation for
Nirav,
tomorrow. So I
I
want to
think
be very
so. I
conscious
covered all
about
of these
everything.
things,
So
whatever is
that's
going on in
how
this
for
conversation.
that I
So
think
anything
because
else
obviously
you
there
would
are
like to
very
convey
big
our
plans, but
audience? Yeah.
there's time for that. And when I reach it, that point is when I see how do I tie it all together.
Mm. Yes.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
important thing I want people to understand and recognize is that each one of us work really hard to earn money. We let go, we sacrifice a lot many things to earn money. Right? There are many people who move away from their families just to work on a job and earn money. There are many people who spend the entire day apart from their loved ones so that they could work to earn money. There is a lot that people let go of to earn money. I I want people to be conscious about this fact, even when they spend the earned money and they invest the earned money. Each time you spend the money, please understand, be conscious about what have you left behind or what have you let go of to ensure that you had this money in your hand today. And, ensure that the place where you're spending it is worth the sacrifice. And whenever you invest in a product,
Yeah.
ensure that you are thorough enough to read about it, understand about it, and make an informed decision because this is really hard earned money that you have sacrificed a lot for. So don't just
Yes.
put your money into something without really working hard on that as well.
Yes, Nirav.
Because
Thank you so
that
much,
in a way
Nirav,
is
for giving your
disrespecting your
time,
own
for giving
sacrifices. So,
your
basically just be
valuable
conscious
advice
with,
to the
everything that
beginners
you
as
do
well
with
as
your
the for the
money
people who
because
are
that
love
money
to
came after
become a
a lot of
financial
hard work and a
independent.
lot
So
many
thank you so much.
sacrifices. Ensure that whatever you're doing with that money is worth that sacrifice and hard work. Thank you, Harshit.